What's up? I'm gonna teach you how to manifest timelines, realities, okay? Anchor yourself and change your karmic script, okay? So if you want this to be really entertaining, then go ahead and fast forward like 3 minutes into this video because I'm gonna do the warm-up. But if you wanna stay for the warm-up, it's also really cool because here's something that's gonna happen in the warm-up. We are finding this center of our beingness, and you can go with your hands intuitively and then find where you are. So this point is where the yin and yang meet, where the feels center, okay? Everything is two forces dancing together, yeah? Yin and yang. So they are like the primordial substance of reality. And they're here all the time, but we see the very complex layers of stuff. So we don't see this too, okay? And when you do Tai Chi type of flow exercise, it's based on that. The art of Kung Fu is also based on the flow of these two energies. So it's like a white fish and a black fish, and then you have these dimensions and layers added on top of them. So we're usually more concerned with the details than we are with the basics. But the basics allow something else that's kind of like, it's like a erotic tension or fluidity, you can call it either or, that arises between the dance of these opposites. So something very crazy happens once you start to play with them in this way, okay? Something very crazy happens. You move the quantum field. So I don't know if there's like a better way to explain this stuff, because it's just that you start to move the quantum field. Yeah, so there you go. So this is the boring part now. If you're expecting your dopamine rush in your brain right now, no, it's gonna be a little bit of meditation. So when you learn how to feel these subtle forces, they start to move every other layer of energy. And there's about, I don't know, 14 layers of energy in this reality. I can't even say that as a fact. There's many layers of this cake of reality. So think about this, you have your beard, then you have your shoulders, then underneath the skin you have the muscle, then you have the blood, then you have the bone, then you have the quantum, molecular structure, DNAs, chakras. So then there are different dimensions, or what is called densities, okay? So you have emotional bodies, mental bodies, so all of these moves, and if you try to direct reality from the physical level, from a mental level, from an emotional level, from a baseline level, yeah, everything starts to consolidate. All these layers of the cake that this reality is starts to harmonize. So you start to dance, you start to speak, you start to maybe even imagine, before I started to, I'm kind of intensifying my intention, and then I'm vocally ejaculating that. So it becomes something like a transmission, because hey, if I was here on YouTube and I'm just doing like this, you wouldn't know what the F that is about, right? But I could be doing this, centering myself in my center, and then balancing my yin and yang, okay? And then cultivating my intention inwardly can be really powerful, because you're not ejaculating that energy, but you're creating that. People call it manifestation, people they call it vortex. You're creating an intense desire. Now what your desire wants, it wants to unify with the object of that desire, okay? But the truth here, when you are expressing a desire, it's like you're taking this yang energy, and the yin energy becomes actually that object. So on the level of this, you and your manifestation, here, you're already united. When you put it on the level of the mind or the heart together, you can feel in your imagination like you are one with that. If you put it in your mind alone, and then you project it as an external object, situation, person, whatever you want to manifest, you may start to interpret that you're separate from that. this is where things become very complex in the human realm, because we actually build our language of subject interacting with object relationships, and we live in the world of seeming separateness. For manifestation, any assumption of separateness is unnecessary, because here is then the totality of this baseline reality. It's you in the middle, and then it's yin and yang, or yang and yin. And this is the Holy Trinity. And the Holy Trinity is oneness. Okay, so these three, they are one. And so you want to now, okay, say, okay, I'm going to be a man, and I'm going to be your manifestation. Okay, manifestation, what do you want to be? I don't know. What do you want me to be? Because these are primordial forces, so they do not yet have shape and form. So now in the mind, this becomes, I'm imagining myself walking in the street, and then I see somebody, and that somebody is like, hey, and oh no, this is me, sorry. So this somebody is like, hey, and I'm like, high five, and they're like, high five, okay? And actually, this one very easy thing to imagine when you're walking down the street, and if you're living in a place where there's people, there's somebody, even a stranger, is going to be high five. It's going to happen. It always happens. It's like people walk in the street, stranger, and then they see you and they smile and you're like high five, and you high five them because you pre-made it. Okay. And now everybody that's like other people than you in life, there's no other people. There's just one consciousness, yin and yang, acting always in some kind of juxtaposition. So it's always actually that yin and yang are arising, becoming the expression of you as I'm this person and the other person, and then you're high-fiving. Now, this high five can be they giving you $5 or paying you for whatever you want it to be contracted with. You can manifest whatever. You want to have a client, or what is this called when you make babies with people? Lovers. You can manifest through your imagination, but in the manifestation, okay, you have to assume that this side and this side are actually already one side, and now you're superimposing or juxtaposing their roles. In these roles, if you apply separation, so let's have if you imply there needs to be separation and I cannot get to that person, and I always seem to miss them, I just come to the party and they just went away, and then it's because you imply there's a separation. If this is a bunch of money, that I want to have you a bunch of money, come and get me, okay, what is the implied juxtaposition? Am I already one with that? And then I imagine how that is in the now moment. I'm like taking that money and then I'm giving it to you, or I'm like investing it in this, or I'm keeping it here in my bra, my money bra, or my tongs. I'm putting all the cash in my tongs. So when you imagine, let's say you're a stripper, okay, nothing wrong with that, it's a beautiful profession, and you just imagine putting a lot of money in your tongs while you're there on the pole dancing your dance, then people are just going to start to give you exponentially more money. The more you imagine having in your tongs, the more it will be displayed when you're at work, just strip teasing, dancing. It's called dancing, I believe. So, you can go with plausible scenarios that are in your habitual thinking. You can go with very implausible scenarios, but if you make them already feel as one, okay, not doubt it, not create in this mind. If you put that these random people is gonna high five me, I highly doubt it, then you're juxtaposing the highly doubted. Okay, I'm kind of like gonna look at you like I'm gonna high five you, but then I'm gonna be like, nah, I don't think so. Yeah, I doubted it. You see, so like the separation mindset, negative mindset, doubting mindset, testing mindset, even like leave space for that to be displayed. Hey, we're not together. We're like, hey, I'm just gonna throw a bunch of these dollar bills so you can put them in your tongue. Yeah, that's never gonna happen. I doubt it. Okay, maybe not. You see the difference? It's kind of like silly difference. But still, I'm training some people in the art of manifestation, and they can be really persuasive about not allowing themselves to fully imagine like it's already there, but just habitually just going, and then, okay, let's test if this works, and okay, let's pray to the universe that this works. And I'm like, you're implying still separation. Not supposed to pray for it, beg for it, test it, or, wait to see if it will come, because that implies that it might not come, and I don't know who's deciding that. And then the Yin and Yang are, okay, let's play like it's almost gonna manifest, like we're almost gonna kiss, but it's always like, maybe, if, because you said if. Because if you said they're kissing already, they're kissing. Yeah, hope that helps you in your manifestations. So I said also how to make a timeline, yeah? But I'm kind of trying to keep these videos 10 minutes, about 10 minutes long, so I'm not gonna go into whole timeline, personality, quantum shift, movie shift, which is fun, but I'm just gonna make another video, so catch me in the next one. Yeah. And also, I just wanted to say, because all the time I'm kind of like acting goofy and I'm all over the place being a million characters, I also want to say that I can be very contained and professional. I can meditate for like hours and not have my body express all of these energies in such a scattered way. I can make it harmonious. I can make it beautiful. But I'm using the opportunity that we're here, we're human, and nobody has to be perfect, so I'm just goofing around. See you in the next one.